Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Annie and this is Unity Consciousness. I am on the road this week, hence the different surroundings. I could not find a location outside. It's raining today where I could record this. So we are inside a hotel room in Minneapolis, Minnesota. But let's get started. Let's discuss the energy this week. We are in between eclipse cycles, so the veil has thinned. It's always good to be mindful of that and knowing that your thought processes and the ideas, the manner in which your mental processes work can manifest a reality for you relatively quickly now with that veil being so thinned. Intentions are very strong. So with that said, this week is it's the week of the 9th of May, and the words that best describe this week would be, enthusiasm and courage and optimism, tenacity, and the week will round out with some karmic energy with the North Node conjunct the Sun on Friday. So on Tuesday, Mercury is going to go retrograde. We've been talking about it for quite some time. Mercury has been in shadow for a bit, but it's actually going retrograde on Tuesday in the sign of Gemini. Pay attention to what presents on this day because we will be in that energy again when Mercury is out of shadow or steps out of shadow on the 18th of June. So you will notice whatever energy is present right around the Tuesday of this week will be presented again with differing views. So again, not a good time to sign contracts or make big decisions because the purpose is to whatever is going to be culminating at that time is going to be revised and you're going to think of it very differently. Gemini is the ruler, Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, so it's in its sign of rulership. So I expect that this Mercury retrograde season will be very profound. It is going to hit the mutable signs, which that would be Gemini, Sag, Pisces, and Virgo, 0 degrees to 4 degrees, anybody whose sun sign is in those degrees, as well as fixed signs, which is going to be Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius, and that's going to be the end of those degrees in sign, 26 to 29 degrees of those signs. This Mercury retrograde season will be a little bit more profound for you. As I mentioned, we are in between veils, and with it, Mercury being in Gemini and going retrograde, be mindful of the self-talk, how you speak to yourself in the times, every day, every moments of time. We discussed before the difference of Mercury being in Gemini and Mercury being in Taurus. Taurus energy with Mercury is purposeful communications, and Gemini can be a little bit scattered, but it's higher and lower mind melding without the retrograde. So with retrograde, communications can be very wonky. I mean, check that email, check that text message 3-4 times before you send it, and there still could be a misunderstanding. So with it being, like I said, in Gemini, there could be very, very scattered communications that it delivers a message that you really didn't intend to give. So read over everything as many times as you can before you send it, just to make sure that you are hitting the mark that's intended, or be ready to clarify if someone asks a question based on those communications. Then on late Tuesday or early Wednesday, so same day, we've got Jupiter entering Aries, and I'm very excited about this. First, it's important to note that 0 degrees of Aries is the world axis. So I would expect on late Tuesday, early Wednesday, on the world stage, publicly, there'll be some show of this Jupiter and Aries energy. Aries energy is very unbridled energy. It can be very direct, but it can be very optimistic. It's very different from Pisces. When Jupiter was in Pisces for the past year or so, it was very compassionate and spiritual, very healing energy. And now we are moving into this fire energy phase, like I said, that is very unbridled energy. And you're going to be able, if you step into courageous actions and you want to be courageous, you can really get your life going in a good direction. I actually like Jupiter and Aries energy. It's my natal my natal sign of Jupiter is in Aries. But think back to 12 years ago. So in 2010, what themes were prevalent in your life? What expansion did you feel? And that energy will be, generally speaking, will be what you're dealing with for this period of time. So Jupiter is going to be in Aries until late October. Then the retrograde season will be in play, and then it's going to bounce back in, I believe, the 20th of December until May of 2023. So we've got a little bit of time here, but this brings all sorts of life enhancements. Be mindful, though, of our 3D Aries energy and its, narrow-mindedness or insensitivity when you're taking action on something, my way or the highway, not really paying attention to others who you may be impacting with a decision, being overly confident and just not caring what the outcome is. No objectivity. These are all themes of 3D Aries. So let's stay away from that if we possibly can. Then on Friday of this week, we've got the Sun, which is in Taurus, is going to conjunct the North Node. I love this energy. Observe what's happening in and around this day. So it could be a couple of days before, a couple of days after. The universe is going to show us things that allow us to learn and grow. So observation, like I said, if you can be just paying attention to what the universe is bringing into your sphere of knowing and recognizing that there's some karmic thing going on here. We're talking North Node, and Sun is the I, you. And with that conjunction happening in the sign of Taurus, it's going to further enhance self-worth, finances, practicality, tried and true, stability, security, those type things. So I'm excited for this day. I'm really looking forward to seeing from an observation standpoint and living in the moment, feeling, again, Taurus is also very sensual, so living in the moment and allowing yourself to feel exactly everything as it comes in for the purpose of growth, getting closer to your North Node is the name of the game. So, as I said, that's what I have for you this week. But we've got some big shifts in energy. The Jupiter moving from Pisces to Aries, boy, that's really big. And we do have a Mercury retrograde season, so we know what that's all about. It's not uncommon to have a Mercury retrograde, but it is in its sign of rulership, so it should be pretty profound. And with the Sun conjunct North Node, expect some karmic blessings or karmic encouragement, areas being shown to you where you can grow exponentially. Well, thank you so much. Have a great week. Namaste.